Hello everyone, so I thought I'd do a quick video. It's probably not going to be quick, but I thought I'd do a quick video about how I select my images that I use for my tip-ins and all that sort of stuff, and then what kind of books I'll choose from, as well as how I store them. It's going to be a pretty simple video. That's why I think it's going to be rather short, because a lot of this is like, oh yeah, everyone uses that or everyone does that. But I thought I'd put it out there. This is, for people who have never done journaling before. So that's sort of where this is coming from. It's sort of like starting inspiration. That's the sort of goal with this video. But if you've done journaling before and you're not really sure how to store your stuff, maybe this might give you an idea or two. Who knows? So we'll start with the images I select, and then we'll go from how I store them. These are the kind of books I like. Now you'll notice that I've got three Frankie magazines. I've got one, It's Fun to Draw. This is like an old book. I'm not sure. It's pretty old. We'll start with the Frankie magazines. This is the most recent one that I bought. I actually bought this about a week ago, maybe. I don't know. It's sort of somewhere around there at least. And it really does have good images, like, because I use images for tip-ins and stuff. And yeah, so some images I can't use. For example, I don't like using, well, here's a prime example right here. I don't like using images of children. That I don't think there's anything wrong with it, like the babies and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's sort of, I don't know, like if someone had a picture of like one of my children in their journal, I would probably feel a bit weird about that. So I can only imagine that they might, like, I know they put them in a magazine, but I don't think they intended for people to cut their children out and use them. But like, I would totally use like maybe just that square or that rectangle of image, or I would cut around the child and throw the picture of the child out. I don't like using images that are not that I don't like. I can't use very often. I can't use images that are like this big. Because of the size of my journal. I used to journal in a A5. A5. I think it's A5. Yeah, A5 size journal. That one there, I could probably use most of it, but at the moment, like, I totally couldn't. But I might not even use that image. I might use like that side of it. I try not to include people in my images either. Just, I don't know if I want random people. I've torn out a bit of this brick because I like the look of it. I don't know actually where I used it. I don't know if I even did use it. The good thing about Frankie magazines is even if you extract all the images, you've still got all these white pages with words on them, and you can use them as background fodder for like to glue things onto, or I used it in my last journal spread. So you can do that. Also, Frankie magazine is really good for little weird images such as these. Like, these are spice bottles. But these kind of images, like this one down here and this one, totally would glue those onto like buildings and like sort of like plants. I would totally glue on. Like that one there, it has got people in it. I would probably use that as like a background image maybe, and like do a light gesso cover over it so they're in it, but they're not. That I could probably deal with. But if when someone's like the focal image like that, maybe not. Like that, they're amazing. I like those. Like that owl, brilliant. Now the next one is a book I haven't touched yet because of multiple reasons. That's the cat. Reason number one being that I stopped journaling from about November last year. I just stopped completely, and I started back up March, so this month now. And the second reason is as I said, it's old. I bought it from a thrift shop. 1944 is when it was copyrighted, so I'm assuming roughly that's when it was published. but it's got great images. Like, these are brilliant. But yeah, these are great images. I need to get past the fact that this is such an old book, and just start using it. Like, it's got all these great letters as well. How good's that? Like, they're all here for reference, so you can copy them. Like, that's great. That's good stuff, isn't it? Now, how I store them is very simple. I actually got this idea from Shannon Green, because originally I was just sort of putting them in places. I didn't really have anywhere to put them, so I was just sort of putting them in places, and then Shannon Green said to do this, and I was like, oh, that's actually really clever. And I felt a bit stupid when I didn't think of it myself. So I'll go through this one here, and I need to fix this back up. But this is what I call it my travel one. It's not really a travel one because I don't go anywhere, but it's sort of I put this next to me to use straight up. It's my use this first. Now I've got this one here, and the reason it's still here is I like the pink garage door. It's just her. I don't want to use this image with her in it. It's also got paint on it. I have thought about fussy cutting her out. I've also thought about just using that part of the image, but I just don't know. That's why haven't been used yet. This one here is going to be used as background fodder. And now 90% of these, actually no, all of these, are from Frankie magazines. That's what they're all from. That one there is the one holding them all together. So I store them in this little thing here. This was originally like a travel chess set. It had like a chessboard here, and I ripped out the chessboard. It was a friend's. He had it for years and he never touched it, never used it. So he gave it to me, and I ripped out the chessboard from it, and I've still got it somewhere. I just I don't play chess, and I don't think all the pieces were there. But these are all from Frankie magazines. I think I've used this guy before, but I've gessoed over him. I think I keep saying I don't use people, but then saying I've used this image with a person in it, so maybe I should stop saying I don't use people. Frankie, with these ones here, I literally just put together in sort of in size, so from smallest to largest, and I just sort of paper clip them, just like that. Keeps them together, and then I put them all in a pile and paper clip the pile together. Dictionary paper. There's some photos that didn't print out right. This is an actual photo that printed out fine. So I'm gonna use these as background fodder, but I've got to remove the gloss before I can do that. So I'm gonna have to gesso over them in like a light coat. And these are images that are too big to just use. So I've either got to cut up. See, again, I've kept an image with people in it. Again. And sort of want to use this one here. I accidentally cropped it up, but picture of sunglasses, and I really like that. I have glasses, and I really like that. But wearing glasses myself, it's, you know, it's nice. This is the kind of image that I would use as to make like a trifold with. This is the idea I got off Shannon. Now this is a binder folder. Now my camera is too close for me to get the whole binder folder in frame, but it's there, and it is what you assume it is. Now mine's broken, and for some reason this won't close, and if you can tell me why this won't close, that'd be brilliant. But it just won't close, so I'm using this thing here to keep them in. I literally, I'm actually going to keep that in there, but I just don't want it as tight as it was. There you go, stay there. I literally just put my ephemera pieces in there, and I've put a sheet of like catalog paper, like a you know what this is, in between, so I can have two sides, so I can separate all this ephemera I won't use. I've got like the butterflies and stuff. I like the images. I think they're pretty, but I'm never going to use them. I'm gonna have to take this out. Inside this one here. So this one here, this, it was packaging for some ephemera, I believe, and I've just sort of put all the smaller ones in here so they're easier to maintain, easier to manage. And I've just got like some business cards for things that I plan on sticking in. I don't know when, if ever. Same deal, just some more ephemera that I'm probably never going to use, but I can just stick things on. I've got some frames in here. I've used the frames before, and again with the whole, just a little baggie to keep this smaller, you know, sort of tickety sort of ones all together. Now this one here, I'm gonna take that off. This one here, oh, I can't move this aside because that's in the way. This is sort of just like a sort of a catch-all, and then in this one here, this is all my A4 sized images. So big images that I can't use or I don't know how to use. Like these flowers are amazing and I want to use them. I just don't know how I'm going to use them, you know. I also really like that hay bale, but it's directly on the side is this wonderful picture of a flower. And then this very last one, this one here, I've got old bullet journal stuff, and I think there's some entries in there, so I'm not going to show them too much. Again, just a small piece of packaging with carded images from Frankie magazines that I wanted to use separately from the whole image. Like the whole image made no sense, but I liked that specific part, so I cut them out. And I got a bit of cardboard and some old bullet journal pages. And this is like scrapbook paper that I've already teared up, or this is some blue tissue paper. This is a calendar that I've used the background of, and I've got another menu in there. I've got some post-it notes and all that sort of stuff, and then I've got the leftover sheets. I keep them in here because otherwise I'll lose them, and I've just paper clipped the clothes, the top down, so that it doesn't go everywhere. So that's how I store my stuff, and those are the kind of images I collect. I hope that this was some sort of coherent video, but thank you for watching and thank you for sticking around. I very quickly just want to say I do have a Facebook page now. It's Jarrod Journals. The link is in below. It's not a group, it's just like a sort of a page. You'll get sort of behind the scenes images, as well as the videos will go live there as well. So you can follow me on Facebook if you like, link below. I've also got a Pinterest as well. I don't use Pinterest that often, but I do go on there on the odd occasion, and I want to start using it a bit more because it does have some good stuff on it. I've just got to sort of find it, you know. And I've got some boards on there you can follow if you'd like, or you can sort of send me stuff on there. I don't know. Can you do that on Pinterest? I don't know Pinterest. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye. Thank you.